Hey, what's going on, friends? Today we are learning the 62nd page of Masechta Berachos, Daf Samach Beis. A lot of kind of Agadita kind of stuff. I don't know, can't really pick out specific things, at least nothing's coming to mind right now. So let's just jump in and see how it goes. We're starting at the very, very top of Daf Samach Beis. So, without further ado, Tanya Amr Bakiva Pam Achas Nechnasti Achar B'Yoshua Leveis HaKisei. Interesting. So Rabbi Kiva says that one time he followed Rabbi Yoshua into the bathroom. Lamati Mimenu Gimel Dvarim. And Rabbi Kiva reports that from this experience he learned three things. Lamati She'nifnin Mizrach U'Ma'ariv El Tzafin V'Darim. So he learned. Rabbi Akiva and Rabbi Yoshua were in Yehuda, the Yehuda part of Eretz Yisrael, which is where the Beis Hamikdash is. And so, even though there was no Beis Hamikdash at that time, I imagine, but maybe there was, I'm not sure. I assume it was probably right afterwards. But in any event, Rabbi Yoshua did not go to the bathroom east-west, rather north-south. Also, Rabbi Yoshua did not expose himself when he was standing, rather when he was sitting. And Rabbi Akiva says that he also learned from Rabbi Yoshua that you do not wipe with your right hand, rather with your left hand. So Ben Azai says to Rabbi Akiva, were you so brazen with your teacher to have followed him into the bathroom? So Rabbi Akiva responded to Ben Azai, Torah hi v'lamod ani tzarich. He says, look, at the end of the day, this is also Torah, and I need to learn it. And yes, therefore I followed my teacher into the bathroom to learn how to go to the bathroom in the correct halachic way. Oh, alright, these people just knocked over something. Not the end of the world. Tanya Ben Azai Omer, we learn in a Brisa, Ben Azai says, Pamachas nechnasti achar Rabbi Akiva leveis HaKisei. Ben Azai says that one time he then followed Rabbi Akiva into the bathroom. And Ben Azai says that he learned from Rabbi Akiva from that experience three things. I'll give you a spoiler alert. It's the same three things. I learned that you don't go to the bathroom east-west, rather north-south. And I learned that you don't expose yourself when you're standing, rather when you're sitting. And I learned that we do not wipe ourselves with our right hand, rather with our left hand. And then Rabbi Yehuda responded to Ben Azai in the same way that Ben Azai responded to Rabbi Akiva. Were you really so brazen with your teacher to follow him into the bathroom? To which Ben Azai responded that, look, this is also Torah, and I need to learn it, so therefore, yes, I did follow Rabbi Akiva into the bathroom. Well, it gets even more interesting. Rav Kahana gonna to say Puryei de Rav. Rav Kahana took it one step further, and he actually hid under Rav's bed so that he could learn how Rav slept with his wife. So Shamei disach v'sachak ve'asat tzrachav. So he heard Rav that first he was talking with his wife, and then he was joking around with his wife, and then he slept with his wife. So Amarle dami pume da'aba k'dilosarif tafshila. Now, while this was going on, or I guess afterwards, Rav Kahana spoke up and he says, Rav, it sounds like you have quite some appetite for your wife, as if it's like you've never slept with her before. So Amarle Kahana hachat, and then Rav's like, what? Kahana, what are you doing here? Poke, get out of here. It's not respectful for you to be hiding under my bed while I'm sleeping with my wife. So then, to which Rav Kahana responded, look, it's Torah, I need to learn. Sorry, buddy. Now, how come we don't wipe ourselves with our right hand? So, ela b'smol, rather with our left hand. So, So Rava says because the Torah was given with the right. Shenamar, as the pasuk says, Mimino eish das lamo. From his right was this eish das that he gave to his nation, and this eish das is referring to the Torah. Rabbi Bar Chana Omar, Mipnei Shikrova Lepeh. Rabbi Bar Chana said, because the right hand is what you eat with, and therefore you don't want to use it to wipe with. Rabbi Shimon ben Lakish Omar, Mipnei Shekosher Batfilin. Rabbi Shimon ben Lakish says, because that is the hand that you use to tie your tefillin onto your left hand. Kilu, you use your right hand to tie the tefillin onto your left arm. Rav Nachum bar Yitzchak sagt the holy Rav Nachum bar Yitzchak Mipnei Shemar b'Taimei Torah, because that's the hand you use to show the Taimei Torah. And if I understand correctly, it's basically, sometimes you could see like when people are reading from the Torah, so you have another guy kind of like doing the signs with his hands and trying to show the guy, which trup to read. So I believe that is what we're talking about here. So because you use your right hand to do that, we don't want you to wipe with it. Kitanoi. So then there's a little letter here that adds a little piece. Itmar, we stated Rav Amar Mipnei Ochelba, Ushmuel Amar Mipnei Koseba. Rav says because you eat with your right hand. Shmuel says because you write with your right hand. Kitanoi, like a machlokas Tanaim. Rabbi Eliezer Omer, Zak the holy Rabbi Eliezer, Mipnei Ochelba, because you eat with your right hand. Rabbi Yeshua Omer Mipnei Koseba. Rabbi Yeshua says it's because you write with your right hand. What's the big deal about writing? Maybe like you write also like holy things? Rabbi Akiva Omer Mipnei Shemar b'Taimei Torah, because that is the hand that you use to show which Torah reading trup to use. Amar Rav Tanchum bar Chanilai, says the holy Rav Tanchum bar Chanilai, Kol tzanua b'veis hakisei, whoever is modest in the bathroom, nitzol mishlosh dvarim, he is saved from three things. That sounds nice. Min ha'nachashim, from snakes, umin ha'akravim, from scorpions, umin ha'mazikin, and from the damaging spirits. V'yesh omrim, there are those who say, av chalamosav miyushavin, and there are those who say that even his dreams will be, good, good dreams. Miyushavin olav, fine. Ha'u beis hakisei dav b'Tveria, there was a certain bathroom in Tveria, and there was something unique about this bathroom. What was unique about it? So when two people would go to this bathroom, even during the day, they would get damaged. Now, if we remember from, I can't remember which daf exactly it was, but maybe Mem Gimel Mebez or something. But basically, I think it was, it was some daf. We learned that, on some daf, we learned that basically if you have two people, so then the mazikin do not, hurt you. So, and also they specifically come out at night. And the interesting thing about this bathroom is that even with two people, and even those during the day, they would somehow still get, hurt by these mazikin. So, Rabbi Asi, however, now, somehow Rabbi Ami and Rabbi Asi managed to be able to go to the bathroom by themselves, and they wouldn't get damaged by these mazikim. So Amrelu Rabbanan, the rabbi said to them, Lo mustafisu, aren't you scared of these mazikin? So Amrelu, so Rabbi Ami and Rabbi Asi said to them, Onan Kabbalah Gamirinan, we have a certain Masorah, we have a certain tradition. Kabbalah Teveis Hakisei Tzniusa Vishtikusa. So you have a tradition that the proper way to go to the bathroom is to be modest and to be quiet. Kabbalah Di Yisure, and the proper way to deal with afflictions that come on you, Shtikusa Mibai Rachme, is to accept them quietly and to pray to get out of that predicament. Okay, fine. And therefore, because I guess they were modest and quiet in the bathroom, I guess they didn't talk in the bathroom. We're going to see a story about talking in the bathroom soon, so just to keep your interest. But in any event, I guess that was their because they were quiet and modest in the bathroom, therefore they would not get damaged by these mazikin. Abaye marbia le ime imra lemel bahade leveis hakisei. So Abaye's mother, or I think that was technically his nurse or something, Abaye's mother, I think, died when she was giving birth to him. So clearly it couldn't have been his mother. I believe that when it talks about his mother, it's talking about his nurse who raised him. Anyways, so she basically trained a sheep to go with him to the bathroom so that he should never be alone over there, so that the mazikin shouldn't get him. Well, Rabbi Alei Gadya, why? How come it had to be a sheep? Couldn't it be a goat? Okay, Sayr b'Sayr Michlaf. Because we're concerned that if she would have raised a goat to go with him to the bathroom. Well, mazikim, the shadim are sometimes referred to as seirim, as goats, as the pasuk says, Nishayu seirim yirakdu sham, that in reference to the destruction of Bavel, that goats will dance over there, referring to demons and all sorts of things like that. So therefore, raising a goat wouldn't work because the demons are basically goats. So sheep is a better option. Rava mikamadav reisha. So Rava, before he was the Rosh Hashiva, where was Rava the Rosh Hashiva? I think he was from Machoza, but was there a yeshiva in Machoza? Not sure. Where was he the Rosh Hashiva? I don't know. I'm curious to look that up. Anyways, Abaye, I believe, was in Pumbedisa. Where was Rava? Anyways, Rava mikamadav reisha. Rava, before he was the Rosh Hashiva, mikar kishalei basav chizda amagoza bilakona. So remember, we learned a few days ago by Bar Hedja that Rava was married to the daughter of Rav Chisda. So before Rava was the Rosh Hashiva, basically Rav Chisda's wife, Rava's wife would put some kind of a nut into some kind of a receptacle and bang it around when he went to the bathroom to scare away the mazikim. I guess they got scared away by nuts and receptacles. Okay. Basa de Malach, but after he became the Rosh Hashiva, Abda le Kavasa, so then she made a window in the wall, Umanchala Yada Aresha, and she would ki'ilu put her hand on his head while he was going to the bathroom. So it was ki'ilu there were two people there, because the mazikin are much stronger when you're the Rosh Hashiva. Apparently mazikin have to do with jealousy, right? We learned about people who require guarding, right? We talked about a chas and a kala, Talmidei Chachamim, because mazikin apparently get very jealous. So I guess once Rava was the Rosh Hashiva, the mazikin really wanted to attack him. So his wife would put her hand on his head. So it was ki'ilu, she was with him in the bathroom and there were two people there. The mazikin wouldn't get him. Amar Ula, says Ula, Achori Agadar Nifne Miyad. If you hop behind the wall, you can go to the bathroom immediately. Uva Bika, and if you're in a valley, I guess a more open area, Kozman Shemisa'atesh Ven Chavero Shomea. Oh, but if you're in a more open area, so then you just have to get away, as far away as if you pass gas, and your friend will not be able to hear you. So, okay. Isi Bar Nasin Masnehachi, Isi Bar Nasin taught in the following way, Achori Agader, if you are behind the fence, you can't just go to the bathroom immediately. Rather, even if you go behind the fence, you still have to distance yourself far enough so that if you pass gas, your friend won't hear. And if you are in an open area, so you have to get far away so that your friend Mamash can't see you. Now we're going to ask a few questions on Isi Bar Nasin. Meisvet, we have a kasha. So this is talking about if you have an olive press where you make olive oil, and this olive oil is going to be for Tyrus. It has to remain tahor. So you have guards making sure that no Amaretz goes over there and makes this oil tameh. Now let's say the guard needs to use the bathroom. What does he do? On the one end, he's got to go somewhere to go to the bathroom. On the other hand, he's got to be guarding it to make sure no Amaratzim get there and make the thing tameh. So the solution is Yotzim Pesach Beis Abad. So you go outside of the doorway of the olive press, V'nifnin Lachori Agader, and you go to the bathroom. You defecate behind the fence, Vein Tahorin, and the olives remain tahor. So we see that you're just going right behind the wall, the fence, and going to the bathroom immediately. According to Isi Bar Nasin, you would have to get away as far enough away so that your friend wouldn't be able to hear you pass gas. So B'tayr Sekelu, so he would answer and say, yeah, but that's just because we're talking about a special situation, which is Tyrus, because we want to make sure that no Amaretz is going to get in and mess up the Tyrus. So they were a little bit more makil to say you can just go to the bathroom a little bit closer, just go behind the fence and go to the bathroom immediately, so you can get back to guarding the Tyrus. Tashma coming here, Kami Rachaku Viu Torin. How far, so again, regarding the Tyrus, it says, how far away, if you're in an open area, how far away? So remember, Isi Bar Nasin said that if you're in an open area, you have to get mamish far enough away so that nobody could see you whatsoever. But we're saying that by these Tyrus, what if you're in an open area? How far away should you get Viu Tahorin, and the olives will remain Tahor? So Kadesh Yeru as far enough that, as far away that you could still see the olive press from there, but again, go as far away that if any further you would no longer be able to see the olive oil, but from there you could still see it. That's how far you have to get away. So that's a problem for Isi Bar Nasan, because Isi Bar Nasan said you have to get away out of sight, right? And if anybody would be by the olives, they'd be able to see him. So shiny ochle tyrus de kelebu rabbanan. So again, when it comes to tyrus, they were more makil to say that in the interest of making sure that the olives remain tahor, make sure you could still see them. But if we weren't talking about tyrus, so then you would have to get far away that nobody could see you. Rav Ashi Amar says, Rav Ashi, my kozman she'en chaver ro'eh dika Amar isi bar nasan. So Rav Ashi basically says, no, this isn't a problem. He gives an alternative answer for why it's not a problem for isi bar nasan. It's because when Isi Bar Nasan says that you have to get far away, that your friend doesn't see you, doesn't mean that it doesn't see you at all. Rather, kozman she'en chaver ro'eh es prua v'aladidei chazile. No, it means that as long as your friend wouldn't be able to see your exposed flesh, but as long as your friend can't see your exposed flesh, if he can just see see that you're there, that's okay. Therefore, in this case, sure, he still has to be able to see the olives, but anybody who might be by the olive press and looking out at him wouldn't be able to see his exposed flesh, and therefore it would be acceptable. There was a certain eulogizer who was eulogizing in front of Rav Nachman, and this eulogizer eulogized this dead person who was there, and one of the things he said was that he was very modest. He was very modest in his ways. So Amalei Rav Nachman, to which Rav Nachman objected, at ayalas bahade levesakise v'yadati tzenua ilo, and he says to the eulogizer, says, what did you go with this person when he was alive? You went with him to the bathroom to see if he's really modest? The Tanya, as we learn in the Brayse, the definition of somebody who's modest is somebody who's modest in the bathroom. And therefore, Mr. Eulogizer, if you're calling this mace somebody who was modest, right, that implies that you know that he was modest because you went with him to the bathroom. Did you really do that? So Rav Nachman, my nafkale mine. So now, why is Rav Nachman making a whole big deal out of this? Who cares if he... Fine, so you're saying he was tsanua. Okay, maybe you went to the bathroom with him, maybe you didn't. Why do you really care, Rav Nachman? So Mishum Detanya, because we're learning in the Braysa, Shem Shenefran min ha-mesim, kach nefran min ha-saftanon umin ha'on nacharen. Which is interesting. That basically if you have a eulogizer who is making things up about this dead person, so we actually are going to punish the dead person for it, because that's going to sort of invoke a certain audit by the heavenly courts and stuff, what? This person did all these amazing things? Let's take a look. And then he gets in trouble for it. But just like the mace himself gets in trouble, also the eulogizer gets in trouble, and then also all the people who are in attendance and say amen afterwards, they also get in trouble. Therefore, Rav Nachman had his own had his own interests in mind by saying, wait a second, I can't just sit here and allow you to say this, because then I'll get in trouble for allowing you to say this as well. Tana Rabbanan, the rabbis taught, Ezu Tzanua, who is somebody who is modest? Somebody who goes to the bathroom at night in the same place that he goes to the bathroom during the day. Now, the assumption right now in the Gemara is that this means that just like in the daytime, he will go far away so nobody will see him. So also somebody who is Tzanua is somebody who even at night, where people can't see him, he still goes as far away at night as he would during the day. Ini, is this really true though? The Amar of Yehuda Amarav says of Yehuda in the name of Rav, Olam Yanig Adam Esatzmo Shachris Va'arvis Kedei Shelo Yitzarech Lisrachik. Rav Yehuda says in the name of Rav that a person should try to go to the bathroom early in the morning before it's light out, and then at night after it's already dark, so that you don't have to go far away. So why are we saying that somebody is modest as somebody who dafka goes far away at night? Rav Yehuda says in the name of Rav, dafka, the nighttime is the best time to go to the bathroom, so you don't have to go far away. Visu and more. So Rava b'yamama ba'azlad mil. Rava during the day he would go 1 mil away to go to the bathroom. And at night he would just say to his attendant, just make sure that see if there's a quiet place in the city where I can go to the bathroom. So you wouldn't go far away. Rabbi Zera would also say to his attendant, he would say, look, he would say to his attendant, go see if there's anybody outside of the Beis Medrash Because if there isn't, I would like to go to the bathroom over there. So why on the one hand are we saying that somebody who's tsanua is somebody who goes far away to use the bathroom even at night, if we seem to have all these implications that, people would go to the bathroom even close by? So, okay, so rather don't say in that brisa that somebody who's tsanua is somebody who goes to the bathroom at night as far away in the same place as he would go during the day. No, rather say in the same way that he goes to the bathroom during the day, he goes to the bathroom at night, which is, as we learned in the third parak when we were learning about all sorts of bathroom related inyanim, that, he only exposes himself, what was it, like a tefach in the front and 2 tefachim behind, something like that. Anyway, so somebody who's just kind of always tsanua when he goes to the bathroom, that is somebody who's tsanua. So Rav Ashi Amar afilu tema b'makom lo nitzchar ela l'keren zavis. No, you can still. So Rav Ashi says that no, you can still say that this brayso is saying that somebody who's tsanua, somebody goes to the bathroom during the at night in the same place that he goes to the bathroom during the day, but it doesn't necessarily mean that he goes as far away as during the day. What it means is that just like during the day, he would go behind some kind of a corner, a place where nobody could see him, so you should do the same at night as well. Gufa, we said earlier, Amar Aviram Amarav, so said Aviram Amarav, Le'olam yanig adam satzmo shachris v'arvis kedei shelo tzarech l'srachik. So we said that a person should go to the bathroom early in the morning and right before it gets light and after it gets dark, so he doesn't have to go too far away. Tananam Yochi, we talk learn a brayso like this as well. Benazai, Omer says the holy Benazai, Hashkem vitzei, hayrev vitzei. Wake up early and go out to the bathroom, and then go out late and go to the bathroom, kadei shelo tisrachik, so that you don't have to go too far away. Okay, mishamesh vishev va'al teshev u simashmesh. Great. This is talking about like basically opening up your, let's just say butthole, I guess, and then sit down, and don't first sit down and then open up. Shekol yoshev umimashmesh afilu osen kshafim ba'aspamya ba'in aleph. Oh, because if you sit down first, so then even if they are doing magic, like sorcery in Spain, it will somehow find its way to you, and you'll be in big trouble. V'anshe, but what if you forgot? V'yoseva achar kach mishamesh, and he sat down and then he first opened himself up. So my takante, what do you do? So kikai, when he gets up, le mahachi, say the following: Loli, loli, lo sachim v'lo sachtim, lo hani v'lo mehani, lo charshe de charsha v'lo charshe de charshasa. Okay, you should say, not me, not me. I don't want the demon chasim, and not the tachim, and not the demon tachtim. Not these, not from these, not male sorcerers, and not female sorcerers. Okay. Tanya. We learn in a brayso. Benazai Omer says, Benazai, al kol mishkav shchav chutz min hakarka. If you want to lie down anywhere, gesund tehei, lie down, but don't lie down on the floor. Al kol moshav shev chutz min hakora. Sit down wherever you want, just not on a beam that is far above ground. So that famous photo of like the people working on like something where they're like really high above ground, sitting on a beam eating lunch. If none of them were Benazai, you can be assured of that. Amar Shmuel says, Shmuel, Shina ba'amud hashachar ke'astama lefarzela. Sleeping at dawn is like iron. It is like steel compared to iron, right? Steel is much stronger than iron. It's reinforced iron. Yitzia ba'amud hashachar ke'astama lefarzela, and going out to the bathroom at dawn is also like steel to iron. It's very good. Bar kapara have mizabin mile bedinre. So by kapara, he would give him a little bit of money, and he would tell you little nuggets. He would give you a little advice, and this is the advice that he would give you. Remember this advice; it's very good. Ad kafan techol, when you're hungry, eat. Ad tzachis shti, when you're thirsty, drink. Okay, I guess I may have thought otherwise. Ad rischa kidrach shfoch. And if your pot is boiling, and before your pot is boiling, spill it out. And that seems to be referring to if you have to go to the bathroom, go. Karna karya barome bar mizabentene te'ene davul zavin. If they ring the bell in Rome by the fig market, well then, if you are the son of a fig merchant, go out and sell your father's figs. Good advice. So Abai said to the rabbis, when you go in the roads, these little simtaot, these little paths of the city, to go out to the fields, don't look on this side of the road and that side of the road, because maybe people will be going to the bathroom over there, and it's not nice to be looking at them. Rav Safra al levesa kisei. So Rav Safra Taka went to the bathroom. So Bi'aba then went, and I guess he got to the bathroom, and he gave a little cough. Kilu, he wanted to say like, "Hey, anybody in there?" Kilu. So Amar Leomar. So Rav Safra said, "Oh, no, come in." So Rabbi Abba didn't come in, and instead he waited for Rav Safra to leave. Basat Dinafak, when Rav Safra left, Amar Le, and he said to Rav Safra, you've never been to Seir, and yet you're doing the things of Seir, right? So as opposed to like the Persians, who we said, was in the first parak, we said that they're very modest in the bathroom. I guess the Seirim people, the Edomite people, are not tzanu in the bathroom. So he's saying you've never been to Seir, which I guess is like Europe or something, I don't know, and yet you act like them, that you're talking in the bathroom. Lav hachi tnan, do we not learn in Gemara Talmud, Madura Haisa Sham, there was a like a bonfire, like a fire lit in the Beis HaMoked, or Beis HaKisei Shel Kavod. There was also a bathroom of honor over there. V'zeh Kavodo, what was so honorific about this bathroom? Mitzvah na'ul b'yadua she'ein sham adam, mitzvah pasuach b'yadua she'ein sham adam. That if it was open, so then you knew, if it was locked, if the door was locked, then you knew that somebody was in there. And if the door was open, so then you knew that you can go in, nobody was in there, so that nobody would have to talk in the bathroom. So Rav Safra, what are you doing talking in the bathroom? So Amalab Orach Arahu. So we see it's not nice to talk in the bathroom. V'hu Savar. So then why was Rav Safra talking in the bathroom? What, did he not learn Masechta Talmud? So he figured Mesukanu, that, well, it's dangerous, meaning if Rabbi Abba is coming to the bathroom, it's because he has to go to the bathroom, and therefore it's dangerous for him to hold it in. Titanias, we learn in the Brayser, Rabbi Shimon Gamliel Omer, Amar Achozu Mevi Es Adam Midei Hadrokon, Silon Achozu Mevi Es Adam Midei Yerakon, that if you hold it in when you have to defecate, so then you'll get what's called Hadrokon. If you hold it in when you have to pish, so then you'll get jaundice. Rabbi Elazar al leves hakisei. So Rabbi Elazar had to go to the bathroom. Also Rama dachke. So a certain Roman came and he pushed him away. Okay. So come Rabbi Elazar v'nafak. So Rabbi Elazar left. Also darkona shamte lekarkeshe oyvei. So a certain snake came and basically, I guess, ate his. How do I say this? I guess he just like ate his butt off or something. All right. Zakari alei Rabbi Elazar ve'etein adam tachtecha al tikre adam ele Edom. Okay. So I guess we're going to get rid of Edom. So don't read Adam, rather Edom. Great. Ve'amar lahargecha vatachos alecha. So this is a story by David Hamelech and Shaul. Great. So basically, David Hamelech and his friends were hiding out in some kind of cave, and Shaul went into the cave because he had to use the bathroom. So then, what happened was David then took his sword and he cut off part of Shaul's clothing, of his cloak, and then after Shaul left, David kind of showed Shaul is this part of his cloak that he pulled off, and he says, "Look, you see, I could have killed you and I didn't. Please, stop trying to kill me," because at that point Shaul was pretty obsessed with trying to kill David. So David says, "Va'amar lahargecha," and he said to kill you, "Vatachos alecha," and she had mercy on you. So ve'amarti mi ba'ilei. What do you mean? He said to kill you. I said to myself that I should kill you. Vatachos v'chasti mi ba'ilei. It doesn't say that. Right? Why does it say and she had mercy on you? It should say that I had mercy on you. So Amar Belazar, Amar lo David l'Shaul. David was saying to Shaul min Torah, right? So who said? Right? It says Amar. Who's he? He said it's Hashem. The min Torah midoraisa ben ariga ata. You were chayiv to die. Shari rodei fata, because you're trying to kill me. You're chasing after me to kill you. And as we learned the other day with the story of Rav Shila, who he was giving Malchus to that guy, and then like the Romans came or the Persians came, somebody came, and then this guy was like gonna tell them that they're liars, etc. So basically it says somebody who's coming to kill you, you can kill him. Right, the Torah says, if somebody's coming to kill you, you can kill him. So I was in the right, it was my right to be able to kill you, and I didn't. Right, and then, but the tznius, the modesty that you had when you're going to the bathroom is what had mercy upon you, and that's why I didn't kill you, I just chop part of your cloak. Umayi, and what is this tznius? It says in the pasuk, Vayavu al gidros atzon, he came to where like these sheep were, ala derech, on the way, v'sham me'ara, and there was a cave. Vayavu Shaul la'asich es raglav, and Shaul went there to use the bathroom. Tana geder lifnim min geder, it was a fence within a fence, u'ma'ar lifnim min ma'ara, and a cave within a cave. La'asech amar belazar melamed sakach atzmo kesukkah. And what does it mean la'asech? It means that it teaches that he made his cloak into like a sukkah, made it into like a whole, like he didn't expose himself, he just like sort of covered himself up, and therefore I guess that's why David saved him and just took part of his cloak. Vayakom David vayichos es knaf amiel. David then went, and in this story it says that David went and he cut off part of Shaul's cloak. Amr Shaul he secretly cut off part of his cloak. So Rabbi Yossi Bar Chanina says that anybody who disgraces clothing will not be able to get benefit from clothing. Shneimar, as it says by David HaMelech, David Zaken babayom vayichasu b'vgadim v'lo yecham lo. Right, it says that David HaMelech, when he got older, that he was old and sick, and they tried to cover him with clothing, and it would not keep him warm. And the Gemara is saying that it's because he because he basically tore Shaul's cloak, and he in a certain sense disgraced clothing, so therefore clothing was unable to warm him when he got older. So part of what David HaMelech says to Shaul is that if the reason why you're trying to kill me is because Hashem is leading you to kill me, is like controlling you and forcing you to want to kill me, well then Yarach Mincha, I will bring a Mincha offering, and hopefully God will smell it and accept it. Amar Belazar, Amar Kadosh Baruch Hu David, Mesis Karisli. Right, so Belazar says that Hashem said to David HaMelech, did you seriously call me a Mesis, somebody who tries to convince somebody else to do bad things? I'm going to make you fail in something that even little kids know. Again, there's another place where we see that, a reference to these kids learning in Cheder, knowing Psukim and Chumash. Tichsiv, as the pasuk says, Kisisa es rosh b'nei Yisrael l'fkudeim, when you count the heads of Bnei Yisrael, v'nosnu ish kofer nafsho v'gomer, so don't point and count like 1, 2, 3, 4. Rather, everybody will give a coin, and you'll count the coins. Right, Miyad vayamud sa'in al Yisrael. Immediately the Satan went against Israel. Uchsiv vayases as David Bayim, that the Satan, sort of convinced David. Leimor lech Bnei Yisrael, go and count the Bnei Yisrael. V'cheim demaninu lo shakal minayu kofer. And when David HaMelech counted Israel, he did not, take any kind of pidyon. He didn't, let's say, take coins and count the coins. Rather, he counted them. And that God then, created this death in Israel from the morning until the time of the Moed. My Eis Moed. What is the time of the Moed? Amar Shmuel, and it says that I think 70,000 people died. So Amar Shmuel said, Amar Shmuel Sava Chasani de Rabbi Chanina Mishmei de Rabbi Chanina Mishas Shchita Satamid Ad Shas Vikaso. From the time of the shechting of the korban tamid shel shachar, I don't remember what time that was, but until the time that they would, maybe it was at like sunrise or alos shachar or something, until the time that they would throw the blood onto the mizbeach. Rabbi Yochanan Amar Ad Chatzos Mamish. Rabbi Yochanan says it was until noon. Vayomer l'malach hamashkes ba'am Rav, and he said, I guess God said to the angel who was like killing everybody, Rav. What does it mean, Rav? Amar bi'Elazar Amar le'Hakadosh Baruch Hu l'malach. God said to the angel, Totally Rav Shebaim, get me the greatest of them. Sheyesh bo lipare me'em kama chovos that by killing this one person, it'll be kilo enough to pay back many debts. Ba'osa sha'a meis Avishai ben Tzuria sheshakol kruba shel Sanhedrin. At that time, when God said that, then Avishai ben Tzuria died, and he was sort of the equivalent of the majority of the Sanhedrin. Uvahashchis ra Hashem vayinachem. And while Hashem was destroying the Yidden, he saw and he was consoled. My Ra, what did he see? Amar Rav Ra Yankov Avinu. So Rav says that the Eibishter saw Yankov Avinu. Tichsiv, as it says, Vayomer Yankov kasher Ra'am. Right? It says right at the end of Parshas Vayetze that when he was, I believe, that Yankov Avinu saw, the angels, and he called the place Machanaim. Okay. So it says Ra'am, so because it says that Yankov Avinu Ra'am used the Re'iyah, so Vahashchis Ra'a Hashem V'Yinachem, he saw Yankov Avinu. Fine. Ushmuel Amar, says Shmuel, Ephro Shal Yitzchak Ra, he saw the ashes, or the would have been ashes of Yitzchak by the Akedas Yitzchak Shenemar, as the pasuk says, Elokim Yir'eh Lo Haseh, that God will show him the sheep. So again, it says Re'iyah. Rabbi Yitzchak Nafcha Amar Kesef Kippurim Ra'a. Rabbi Yitzchak Nafcha says that he saw the money of the Kippurim. Shene'amar v'lakachta es kesef ha-Kippurim me'ez b'nei Yisrael v'gomer, that you will take the kesef of the Kippurim. And I guess therefore, because I guess that was in the context of Kisisa as well, that you'll take this money and count it. So they're also, as a kapara for this punishment that was coming for counting improperly, God saw when they counted properly, and that was what reminded him to, I guess, make this stop. Rabbi Yochanan Amar said, Rabbi Yochanan Beis Hamikdash Ra'ah, the Eibishter saw the Beis Hamikdash, Tichsiv Bahar Hashem Yera'eh, that on the mountain of God he will be seen. Pligi bar Rabbi Yaakov bar Idi, Rabbi Shmuel bar Nachmani, Chad Amar Kesef HaKippurim Ra'ah, V'chad Amar Beis Hamikdash Ra'ah. One of them says he saw the Kesef HaKippurim, the other one says Beis Hamikdash, Mistavik Mandam Beis Hamikdash Ra'ah, Shnemar Asher Ye'amer, what is it? Asher Ye'amer Hayom Bahar Hashem Yera'eh, that will be said today that on the mountain of God it will be seen, and therefore Yera'eh is connected like Hashem seeing and stopping the dever, and that's a reference. So he saw the Beis Hamikdash, about which it says Bahar Hashem Yera'eh. Fine. The Gemara says Lo yikanus adam lahar bayis b'makela v'chulei. The Mishnah had said at the beginning of the parak that a person should not go into the Har HaBayis with his walking stick and things like that. My kapandria, it also says that you shouldn't make the Har HaBayis a shortcut. So what is this kapandria? Amar Rava kapandria, kishma. So Rava says that a kapandria is a kapandria. What does that mean? So Rav Chana bar Ada mishmei Rav Sama bre Rav Mari Amar kiman da Amar inish ad makifna adare eol beha. So what does kapandria mean? It's like basically a combination of a few different words. Ad makifna adare eol beha. That instead of going around all of these rows of houses, I will just go through here as a shortcut. So that's how we know that a kapandria means a shortcut. Don't use the Har HaBayis as a shortcut. If you want to get from the east of Jerusalem to the west of Jerusalem, don't just walk through Har HaBayis. Rather go around. Amar Rav Nachman, Amar Rabba bar Avua, Hanichnas leveis hakneses amanas shelo la'asoso kapandria, mutar la'asoso kapandria. If a person goes into a synagogue not with the intention of using it as a shortcut, but in the end, for whatever reason, I guess, whatever his initial intention changed, and now he wanted to just go out the other side, which will end up being a shortcut, it's allowed. Rabbi Abahu Amar Imhaya Shvil Meikaru Mutter. Rabbi Abahu says that if this place that is now a synagogue was initially like a pathway, and people used to just walk on the path, and now they plop down a synagogue there, you can still then use it as a shortcut. You don't have to go around this synagogue that was put there. Amar Bichelba Amar Avuna Nichnas Leveis HaKnesses Lispalo Mutter Lasosa Kapandria. Rav Chelbo says in the name of Rav Huna that if somebody goes into a shul in order to pray, he can then go out the other side, and it'll end up being a shortcut, theoretically, meaning you can go in on one side, and then when you're done praying, leave on the other side. That's no problem. Shneimar, as the pasuk says, by the Beis Hamikdash u'v'vo'am ha'aretz lifnei Hashem b'moadim v'gomer. It says that when the Yidden will come to the Beis Hamikdash on the festivals, so it was specifically if you would come in the north, so then you would have to leave in the south. You wouldn't leave on this from the same doorway that you came in. I think that was like some kind of thing of respect. Okay, very fancy. Urikika mikal v'chomer. And it says that also we don't spit on Har HaBayis. Why not? From a kal v'chomer. Okay, let's see what this is. Amar Bevai, Amar Yoshua ben Levi, Kol harokek b'Har HaBayis b'zman hazeh. Anybody who spits on the Temple Mount, currently, kilu rokek b'vas eino. It's as if he's spitting in the Eibishter's eye. Shneimar, as the pasuk says, Vayu einai v'libi sham kol hayamim. That my eyes and my heart will be on the Temple Mount for all of the days. Therefore, if you spit on the Temple Mount, it's like you're spitting in God's eye. Amar Rava, says Rava, Rikika b'veis hakneses sharia. You're allowed to spit in a synagogue. Midi dahava aminal, just like shoes, right? Maminal b'har habayis asar b'veis hakneses motor. Just like wearing shoes on the Temple Mount is not allowed, but wearing shoes in a synagogue is allowed. So af rikika b'har habayis huda asar b'veis hakneses shari. Also spitting, you're not allowed to spit on the Temple Mount, but you are allowed to spit in a synagogue. Amalei Papa l'Rava, V'amrila Ravina l'Rava, V'amrila Rav Ada bar Masna l'Rava, Adiyalef Mimino Neilif Kapandria. 1 second. Why are we learning out spitting from shoes to say that you're allowed to spit in a synagogue? Why don't you learn it out from a shortcut and say that just like you're not allowed to make a synagogue a shortcut, you're also not allowed to spit in a synagogue? Amalei. So Rava responded to whoever this was who asked him. So Tana Yalef Mimino V'atamet Mikapandria. Well, the Tana in the Brisa learned it out from shoes to say, right, learned spitting from shoes, and you saying you want to learn out spitting from Kapandria? Mai, what are we talking about? The Tana is we learn in the Brisa, Leikanis Adam Lahar Habayis, person should not go to the Temple Mount, Lob Makelo Shabiyado, not with the staff that's in his hand, Lob Manalo Shabaraglo, not with the shoes that are on his feet, Lob Mos Atsurim Lob Bisidino, and not the money that's in his turban, or with his money belt behind him, and you don't make the Temple Mount a shortcut, and you also don't spit on the Temple Mount, and we learned that out from a kal v'chomer from shoes. What does that mean? Right? If your shoes, which are not disgraceful, yet the Torah says, right, the Eibishter said to Moshe Rabbeinu when he saw him by the sneh, which I believe is basically Har Moriah, where the Beis Hamikdash ended up being, the Eibishter said, remove your shoes. So Rikika Shiderech Bizayon Lo Kol Shekain, right, spitting, which is a way of bizayon, which is not very nice to spit, then certainly you should not be spitting on the Temple Mount. So we see that we're learning out spitting from shoes, therefore it only makes sense that when it comes to synagogue, we should learn out spitting from shoes to say that it's permitted. Rabbi Yossi bar Yehuda Omer. Now the Brisa continues and says, Rabbi Yossi bar Yehuda Omer Eino Tzarich. You don't need to learn out spitting from shoes. Hareyu Omer, because the pasuk says, Kein Lavu al Shar Melech Belvush Sak. It says in Megillas Esther that Mordechai was outside of that he was in the streets of the city because you couldn't go to where the king was, the gate of the king, wearing sackcloth. If sackcloth, which isn't disgusting, and yet he wouldn't go into the area of the king, right? So the spitting, which is kind of disgusting, certainly then you shouldn't be spitting on Har HaBayis. But in any event, we are, right, so Rav is pointing out that the Brisa is learning out spitting from shoes, right? Just like you're not allowed to wear shoes on Har HaBayis, you're also not allowed to spit on Har HaBayis. And therefore, it would make sense that in a synagogue where you are allowed to wear shoes, you are allowed to spit. And we're not going to say, well, you can't make it into a shortcut, therefore you can't spit, because we have no reason to learn out spitting from a shortcut. We should learn out spitting from shoes. Amrle, so whoever asked Rav this kasha, remember there was 3 possibilities for who asked him, either Rav Papa or Ravina or Rav Ada bar Masna. But whoever asked him was saying, no, anahachi kamina. This is what I'm saying. Yeah, granted that when it comes to Har HaBayis, we learn out spitting from shoes, right? Nema hacha l'chumah v'acha l'chumah. Let's say that we'll go l'chumah in both cases. Ve'ema Har HaBayis the asur b'minal, leil from minal. So, after all, in this brisa, it was learning out spitting only on Har HaBayis from shoes. So we're saying that since you're not allowed to wear shoes on Har HaBayis, we're also going to learn out spitting on Har HaBayis and say that you're not allowed to spit on Har HaBayis, right? Hava Beis HaKnesses, Deshari b'minal, but Beis HaKnesses, where you're allowed to wear shoes, Adiyalef b'minal, uleheter. So instead of learning out from shoes and saying that you're allowed to spit in the synagogue, Neilef mikapandria v'lesor, learn out spitting from the kapandria, and say that just like a kapandria is forbidden in the synagogue, also is spitting, right? So Ella Amar Rava, rather Rava says ki beso, fine. So we're going to compare the synagogue to his house. Ma beso akapandria kapid inish arkiko mina lo kapid inish. Right, in a person's house, you don't want somebody cutting through your property as a shortcut. Yeah, you don't mind if people spit on your property or wear shoes on your property. So av basic knesses kapandri with the asr rikiko minal ashari. Also in a synagogue, you're not allowed to make it into a shortcut, but you would be allowed to spit and wear shoes. Very fancy, right? Very, very fancy. You thought that we were done with all that bathroom stuff back in the third parak. I know. Well, I guess Masechta Berachos wanted to give you one last experience over there. But in any event, there's one more full daf left in Masechta Berachos, and then just a little bit left on Samach Dalet. Then we already start moving on to Masechta Shabbos, which is pretty crazy. So everyone, have a great day. Peace.